Ladies and gentlemen, put down your notes, sit back, relax. It's time for the Luke Martin Show. And here's your host, Luke Martin.
The time has finally come. Welcome to the Luke Martin Show, the debut of the Luke Martin Show. I'm Luke Martin, the host of the Luke Martin Show. I'm sure that's a shock. Well, anyways, this show is going to be about Columbus East Athletics and as well as Columbus North Athletics. My goal is to broadcast Columbus East and North Athletics, not just football, not just basketball, but every sport involved with the high school. We're going to try to get a lot done on this show, and I am honored and have the privilege of hosting this great show. Well, today, why not start off talking about the East football team? Really, the people that got me started. Coach Gaddis has been great to me, really got me started. So that's why I'm dedicating this first show to him and his football team. So today, on the Luke Martin Show, Columbus East Football Edition, I'll be talking to senior Paul Sudo. I'll break down Columbus East's win over Greenwood last Friday. I'll talk about last year's North contest in 2008 when the O's routed the Bulldogs. And I'll talk about this week's game against Columbus North. That and much more coming up here on the Luke Martin Show. Welcome back to the Luke Martin Show, and now we're going to begin a segment where I interview an East football senior each week. What we're going to try to do is get every senior in, but there's 13 seniors this year, so we may have to interview more than one at the same time. But here with me today to kick it off is going to be Paul Sudo. Paul Sudo is entering his senior year. He plays offensive line for the O's. Paul, thanks for taking the time to interview this morning. First, before we really start asking about your football questions, talk about your experience here at East. I'm sure it's gone by really fast, your first 3 years and now entering your senior year.
Yeah, like when I entered high school as a freshman, I was excited to graduate. I wanted to go to college. My first 3 years just blew by, but I'm going to miss it because I have a bunch of great friends here, and I like some of the teachers. It's going to be hard to leave. I've loved high school.
And talk about, the great thing about coming to Columbus East High School, we get to do the great thing called senior projects. What's your senior project? What is your senior project, and what is really the importance of your senior project?
I'm taking an internship in the athletic office, and pretty much I've never known what's going on in the athletic office, so I get to learn what's going on in there, and yeah.
Well, that's still pretty cool, but now let's talk about what after high school. What are your plans after high school?
I want to go to Ball State to study chemistry, like my grandpa.
That's cool as well. So now let's talk about it. The game Friday night, obviously it's a big one, the Columbus North rivalry game. What is it like playing in the crosstown rival? You played in it last year and now entering your second year starting in it.
It's exciting. There's a lot of people there. A lot of high school athletes don't get to play in big games like that. It's fun running into thousands of fans, playing a team that is generally always good, so it's always a good game. It's a lot of fun. Great experience. What's
one thing that stands out from the East-North game than any other game you played in your career here at East?
Just the rivalry of it and the amount of fans. Even if both teams are horrible, which they aren't this year, there's still a lot of people come out. It's fun to just be up people, like your friends from the other school. That's my favorite part.
And what's it like rushing out onto the field when you got sometimes 9,000 or more Columbus natives watching you?
It's an exciting experience. Like I said before, not a lot of people get to experience that. When you're running out and you hear cheers on one side and boos on the other, it's kind of confusing, but it's a lot of fun. But once you get done running out, you don't pay much attention to the crowd until the end of the game.
And this Friday night, Columbus North, what are you most looking forward to Friday night?
Beating up some North kids.
That's the answer I'm looking for. Well, that's the end of our segment here. I'd like to thank Paul once again for his time. Go East Friday night, once again, the Columbus North game. We'll be back with more here on the Luke Martin Show. Oh, welcome back to the Luke Martin Show. And now we're going to break down the Columbus East versus Greenwood game. But first, here are the highlights from Friday night.
The Columbus East Olympians kicked off their football season in Lucas Oil Stadium. Peyton Manning looking on as the O's were practicing before the game. The O's were excited for the football season to begin. Well, let's get it started. Second play of the game. Damon Magerle, he gone 69 yards for the touchdown. Columbus East up early, 7-0 over Greenwood, but in the first half, it was Columbus East miscues. Right here, Gunnar Keel and Cole Thompson, whoop, up into the air, picked off by Greenwood. Greenwood holds Columbus East to 7 points. It's 7-0 at the half, but here, Mitch Doinga recovers a fumble, which gives the O's the momentum back after a Damon Magerle fumble, and then Maggie. Oh, Maggie. Look at him go. Maggie scores a touchdown. That puts up the O's for good. They go on to win 37-14.
There were the highlights from Columbus East, 37-14 win over Greenwood. And let's talk about that game just for a little bit. Obviously, the things that stand out about Friday night's game was Damon Magerle's performance. What a performance by Maggie and what he had. 3 touchdown runs, very impressive. The East defense, impressive again. What a performance. Coach Vogel does a great job in getting this defense ready each year. Everyone talks about the offense, how explosive they are, the quarterbacks, the wide receiver positions. But give Coach Vogel and the defense credit. They did an outstanding job. They held Greenwood scoreless. The starting defense did. The JV defense and second string got in there and gave up the 2 touchdowns toward the end. A dominant performance by the East defense. The offensive line, very strong. All the offensive linemen, Paul Sudo, Peter Harper, Tyler Rayburn, Zane Yeager, Tyson Moore, very good offensive line. All of them did very well. Friday night opened up a lot of holes for Damon Magerle to run. And Zane Yeager, he struggled through the summer snapping the ball some, but did a great job Friday night. He's going to continue to do a great job this coming Friday against the Bulldogs. Then the wide receivers continue to impress. Jackson Renshaw, Shane Henderson, Cole Thompson, Tanner Horn. All of them are electrifying. All of them are quick. They got great hands. This East offense is explosive. And then Gunnar Keel, many people have a lot of opinions on how he did Friday night, but he did a good job. I mean, you think of the situation he has, it's totally different than any other player maybe in the state has. He's got to live up to his 2 older brothers that are Drew's starting quarterback at Illinois State. Dusty's the backup at IU. That's a lot of pressure, just that alone for Gunnar Keel. When you add 3,000 people in Lucas Oil Stadium, when you add an NFL Hall of Famer, Peyton Manning, watching you on the sideline, I would be pretty darn nervous too. I don't know if I could even step out onto that field. So Gunnar, keep your head up. You did a great job Friday night. So it was an overall team victory against Greenwood. A big win for the O's, especially after considering how the game began and that second half began. But the O's pulled it out. A slow start, but a strong finish for Columbus East against Greenwood. We'll be back right after this.